Let's look at some stock ideas, strategies, and some trading ideas for tomorrow morning. And for that, today, let's start with Megha. Hi, Megha.
Well, very good evening, Nikunj. Look at Cairn India. The stock has been doing well for itself. A good set of numbers was posted by the company, and now investors are expecting this company to post strong growth, essentially on back of strong production volumes. And the company has set a production target of 300 kpbt, which is likely to provide strong growth visibility to the company there, and that's why we're expecting the stock to do well. And so keep an eye on Cairn India.
Nitin Raja, at the current juncture, where are you putting your money to work? Are you in a buy mode? Are you in a sell mode?
Well, Nikunj, it's a mix of both. Wherever we see profits have been good and valuations are full, we are getting out. But it's really more bottom up, and so we're putting our money in bottom up stories. One story that we continue to like is a emerging private sector bank in the mid-cap space, which is ING Vysya Bank. We like it primarily because growth has been very strong, 22% advance growth, 21% NIM growth in this quarter. The book is very healthy. Their cost-income ratio is about 58%. There is a stated target to bring it down in line with what a lot of others have. So there's a lot of potential for leverage on costs to take place going ahead. At the same time, in terms of valuation, it trades at about 1.6 times book, which is at a considerable amount of discount to its peers. Plus, it doesn't really have too much of exposure to the high-risk sectors as infrastructure and so on and so forth. So that's one of the places we'll be putting in money. The other stock that I've talked about in the past is a company called CEBBCO, or Commercial Engineers and Bodybuilders. Really speaking, the results came out very good numbers. The company actually makes bodies for trucks as such. It's got a dominant market share in its segment. There's a huge replacement market which is opening up for the company, and that is high on profitability. Valuations traded about 6-7 times earnings. Growth is around 25 to 30% and so on and so forth. So we think that's an interesting area, considering the fact that there is a huge market for replacement trucks, and with the kind of overloading that takes place, companies such as these are benefiting tremendously.
And CEBBCO also has been a big outperformer for this year. Nitin, Rakesh, pick and choose and identify some hidden gems for us.
I think, as I said, if you judiciously mix some of the leading consumption names and have some of the early movers from the capital goods side, an L&T or a Thermax, and potentially some auto names, a two-wheeler name, an M&M, or even a Tata Motors, and then go even on the other side and look at some of the discretionary names like Titan, given that the strength they're seeing in the jewelry business. I think you probably have a good mix of a portfolio right there. If you're a braveheart and you want to actually really play the market, then you can also look at real estate and infra and the high beta names, but that's really a very I would say the end of the spectrum, not something that I would recommend at this stage. But clearly I think it's a stock specific market. You have to have quality in the portfolio, and then you start mixing it up with some of the pockets of undervaluation like PSU banks and potentially auto and some cap goods.
Before we wrap the show, let's go to Megha for one more idea.
Well, look at Bank of Baroda. There, very attractive valuations for the counter. Investors now are actually looking at PSU banks with good asset quality, and Bank of Baroda amongst its peers has very strong asset quality. There, in fact, their exposure to infrastructure sector is quite low. They have very strong deposit franchises there. So all these factors make it a very strong fundamental buy.